you need to really pat yourselves on the back. Well, think about it, when we came 2 years ago, this was all new. I mean, we all knew attendance was important. We all knew behavior was important. But I think this whole system and how each school has individually responded to it is truly impressive. And you're so busy doing the work that maybe you can't take a break to look at, if we progress monitored you, our trajectory would be really good.
I'm Stephanie Livingston and I'm from Hazlitt, and our spotlight is that our data team, which is a subset of people who are also on our school improvement team, met and had our first formal meeting right after term 3 ended, and we had all of our first semester grades and all of our term 3 grades for our students and absence and behavioral data, and we had a very streamlined, efficient meeting, and it felt really good to do that. We had our dashboard that our data team leader, Becca, put together, and we just went student to student, and it was a very easy problem-solving process. A lot of what we just read about with the meetings around early warning indicators and who is the student, what is the context that we need to know, what are their data points, and what are we going to do about it.
We thought we'd focus on the students, because one of the things that we're doing is this freshman reading program. We just tested some kids. We started at the very beginning of the year. It's a freshman reading program. We're identifying students with lower grade level reading with fluency, and we screen them with the 8th grade screener.
And we did that for every student, and it felt really efficient and good to be able to flag those students specifically looking at the data rather than this amorphous kind of who do we think is sort of struggling. We could say this person is struggling, who's going to do anything about it?
And I had 2 students that I'm thinking about right off the top of my head. They were at 8th grade with reading 120 words a minute. So they were in our class, we placed them at the grade level, we worked with them. Just last week we tested them, they moved all the way up, and now they increased their words per minute by, I believe, 40 words, just over 40 words per minute with 2 of those kids. I mean, that's like, these interventions are working. So that's our spotlight.
So we want you to take a minute and look at your areas of high priority. Are you working on those? How are those going for you? What needs to be done next to make that not such a high priority?
I get it.
Do you have good attendance? Because that's kind of been an issue as the kids have been just talking about, which is kind of attendance isn't a priority. So we're going to every kid who has perfect attendance.
It's really important we know each other across the county so we can call each other as resources, because we said looking at what works is what helps us grow. So finish up, and then when we say go, we'll find someone from a different school, introduce yourself.
I'm in a new position helping out Waverly, so I can't get really specific into everything that they do, but I do know that they identify every day a student that has made a difference, which is pretty exciting.
We focused around some other things. Next year we're going into a 7-hour day. We're really excited about that. And we thank you for saying, take a piece. There's a lot going on for everybody, but there's a lot going on. And so we're going to take a look at attendance next year. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at attendance, because while we identified grades and behavior as issues, if they don't come to school, so we're going to, next year, I'm going to be very transparent. Very transparent, all right? Especially if I'm going to, and we have representation from different parts of our group. We're going to focus on those kids that are most at risk attendance-wise. And we're going to come up with incentives. We're going to try to bring some resources in, community members, maybe Rotary, Kiwanis Club to help us out.
Based on your conversations at your table, on sticky note number 1, we want you to write celebration. Like, what has been successful? What do you have in place? What are you doing a good job at? What are you proud of? What's really helping kids? What's moving the dial? And then on the other sticky notes, you'll have like 2 sticky notes, and again, they can be stuck together. Plan. Like, what are some things that you as a school talked about that you want to do, or you want to improve on, or you want to know more about, or you are planning to put in your action plan, or do you want to learn more about? So write those. You have your successes, your celebrations, and then your plans.
We were at East Lansing on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? And one of the things that they do for incentives, which I just kind of blew my mind, is for the students that are really struggling in school, they give distinguished awards for any student that increases their GPA over the course of their career.
I guess one of the things I'd like to celebrate when I think about our forming these teams, our PBIS team, I think in the year past, we kind of were trying to follow what we thought were the multi-tiered system, but somehow, for the first time, enough people coming to these trainings begin to understand, I think, what it was all about.
We've really tried to have a focus for any professional development. Even, I know I just mentioned the whole staff meetings and how we tend to just get information that could be sent by email. We're definitely a lot more data focused, trying to share with the staff why we're doing what we're doing, and it seems to have established a lot more buy-in.
One of our big focuses this year has been pride. Prepared, respect, integrity, determination, and engagement. And we really spent a lot of time. We've put up giant posters throughout the schools. We've hung things in the hallway. Each classroom teacher has a pride matrix in their room. And the last one, engagement, is where we've really been focusing on with teachers and with everybody, just making sure our students are engaged.
And again, I really think it comes down to, we've convinced staff and the powers that be that we need this and that we need to be data driven. That's the only way for us to improve test scores and have our students on the right track for graduation.
Our social workers, our counselors, our administrators, by all coming together in these teams, I felt like we used to all operate as separate entities in our own domains. And it's really wonderful to kind of get people that were doing different things all together, problem solving, looking at data. It's huge. I mean, I think it's just huge.
So I think it's important that we're working on our core and we're getting kids to want to come to school, and that means staff are collaborating and working together and are excited. At the Waverly Learning Walk Day, Kevin Feldman taught and the kids responded with, you know, why did they enjoy having him as a teacher? And the thing they said is, well, we got enthused because you were enthused. So if staff's excited, and every day when kids are in the classroom, those kids know that you're glad to be there as a teacher, they're going to want to be there as a student.